Hey everybody, today I wanted to share with you some of my thoughts about the hair and makeup department. I recently had a costume and hair and makeup test for my next short film, which is called A Bullet for Roger. And A Bullet for Roger is kind of a neo-film noir. It's actually a contemporary setting, but I wanted it to have a very 1940s retro kind of feel. So obviously costuming and hair and makeup are very, very important. Now I think that hair and makeup is a department that often gets overlooked in the micro-budget film world, where you don't have a lot of money and you often forget about certain departments that are really, really important. Obviously, it depends on the movie you're making, but I think this is a critical department and every film set should have a hair and makeup person. I'm going to tell you why. First off, these people are really good at what they do. They're better than anybody else on set, often better than the actors in putting on makeup. This is really good also for getting your actors into character. Your actors can sit there and they kind of feel pampered a little bit. They feel kind of special because they're being taken care of. Something they don't have to do. They can focus on their character, they can focus on their performance, and not worry about how they're looking, especially if they trust the hair and makeup person to make them look like their character would look. Which is another important point, is that hair and makeup is just as important as cinematography, as performance, as a prop or a set, or anything that helps your film look or feel a certain way. The way an actor looks in their hair and makeup is critical to how their character is. How are they supposed to look? Are they supposed to look glamorous? Are they supposed to look disheveled? Are they supposed to look like they just woke up? Working with you as the filmmaker, the hair and makeup people will hopefully, as you guide them, give them the look you are looking for. Another really important part of this department is that during shooting, you will never notice problems with hair and makeup that these people will. You'll be focusing on the cinematography or the performance or whatever the production design, and then you'll get in post and you'll say, oh my gosh, that makeup is messed up on that close-up and it looks terrible, or those hairs are way out of place and that person is backlit so the hairs are really obvious. Things like that that'll cause you a nightmare in post that could easily be fixed on set if you have a hair and makeup person, because they will notice those things and they will fix them in between takes. That is really, really important. Now, if you believe me and you think these positions are worth seeking out, which you should, how do you find these positions? Well, like any other position, you have to network to find these people. You have to ask around, ask other filmmakers. If you don't know any other filmmakers, you need to find them. You should be doing that anyway. Audit a local film class, audit a theater class. You can hook up with hair and makeup people that way. And once you do find them, check out their work, check out their portfolio. They may have done other films. Look at those films. Once you find somebody that you like, or some buddies that you like, meet them in person. Tell them what you want to do. Tell them what your vision is. Tell them what you want the actors to look like and ask them if they can handle that. It's also a really good idea to meet them in person so you can get that relationship with them before you show up on set, because you don't want to show up on set never having met any of your crew. You should know them all in advance anyway, right? And finally, if you're dealing with a volunteer situation where they're willing to work on your set for nothing, which is ideal if you don't have a lot of money, volunteer to pay for their supplies. They, like anybody else in any other department, they're going to use up their stuff to help make your movie. So offer to resupply them. And they might say no. Actually, Vivian and Jess in my situation said they were fine. They didn't need, they had their own stuff and didn't need my help. And I was very grateful for that, but I did volunteer, and I think that you should volunteer to pay for their supplies, at the very, very least. Finally, have some test sessions in pre-production to get the looks you want. And so we could kind of experiment and do things ahead of time, again, because you don't want to show up on set and work it out on set. You never ever want to do that. That's the purpose of pre-production, is to work out the details ahead of time. So when you go to set, you hit the ground running. Everybody knows what you want. Everybody knows what to do. This film is only going to have 2 days to shoot, so I need to have everybody up to speed and ready to go. Another good idea is to do these test sessions so that you can take pictures. You can have a behind-the-scenes photographer, and not only did he take behind-the-scenes stuff, but he also did some PR stuff where he, had the actors posing and got some shots that will just help generate buzz for the film. That's the whole purpose of that. If you're wondering what these shots look like, check out my blog at thefrugalfilmmaker.com. You can kind of see the results. If you're wondering where Roger was in this test, in the title, he was actually not able to come to this test because he had a conflict, but he still sent us some pictures so that we could see what he looked like in the potential costume. Again, I would like to emphasize the importance of hair and makeup. It is really, really important. It's just as important as any other department in your film. As the old adage goes, your movie is only as good as its weakest link. So make sure that your weakest link isn't hair and makeup, because you will notice it in post. If you like this video, please come to thefrugalfilmmaker.com for more, and I thank you for watching.